You've been doing every single thing that the Instagram coaches told you to. You've cut out soda, you've skipped the fast food after those late nights at work, and you've even swapped out your chips for that handful of almonds right before dinner. This is probably the cleanest that you have ever eaten. But every single morning when you step on the scale, it's just not budging. Your dad bod's still there, and even worse, you still don't feel confident getting dressed. And when you go looking for answers, you hear the same recycled lines. Just eat in a deficit, bro, or hit your protein, work harder. That's not coaching, that's a marketing slogan. And it's the exact reason so many men over 30 are still stuck spinning their wheels. So let me change that slogan. Eating healthy and actually losing fat are two completely different things. And in this video, I'm going to break down why that generic advice online has and will continue to fail you, and the 3 things that you need to do differently if you want to drop that weight for good. Because here's the truth that nobody tells you: just because you're healthy does not mean you're going to lose fat. You can eat clean all day long, choking down that grilled chicken, brown rice, smashing avocados, handfuls of peanuts, having olive oils on your salads, and still not lose an ounce of weight. And it's because those foods, while they are healthy, are also extremely calorie dense. It's the same reason guys can eat clean, swear they're in a deficit, but the scale never moves. I had a client who was eating nothing but chicken, rice, and almonds. Zero junk food, zero sodas. He thought he was absolutely nailing it. But when we actually broke it down, he was pounding an extra 1,000 calories a day in healthy fats. It's just like your bank account. Just because you buy designer clothes and have the nicest car in the neighborhood, it doesn't mean that you didn't blow your entire budget to get there. So the same thing applies here. It doesn't matter how clean the food is. If the calories don't add up, your fat's not going anywhere. This is where most guys over 30 get stuck. They think that effort equals progress. In fitness, just like in your finances, the numbers have to make sense. So if eating healthy isn't enough, what actually matters? There are only 3 levers that you need to pull. And this is where I get pissed off at the fitness coaches online, because most Instagram coaches stop here and just yell those slogans at you: deficit, protein, lift heavy, be more disciplined. That's not coaching. That is recycled advice dressed up for clicks. So let's cut the bullshit and break it down the way that you can actually implement it into your life. Number 1, calorie balance. Yes, you need to be in a deficit, but this isn't about starving yourself. If you've been slashing your calories forever in a day and nothing is changing, cutting more calories is not the answer. Your body has adapted to operate on that lower amount of fuel. It's like trying to drive cross country with only a quarter tank of gas. Your metabolism downshifts because it's just running on fumes. Sometimes the fix isn't pushing harder and cutting more, it's actually eating more first and letting your metabolism heal and then leaning back into it. Number 2, protein done right. This is not about slamming a double protein shake post-workout. Protein will keep you full, kill your cravings, and burn more calories to digest than carbs or fats. But here's the nuance. Not all protein is created equally. A Greek yogurt with 15 grams of protein at 140 calories, pretty good source of protein. A high protein bar with 15 grams of protein for 250 calories, that's just really good marketing. But protein shakes also don't replace real meals. They're supplements for a reason, and shakes won't keep you as full as that whole food nutrition. Number 3 is strength training with a purpose. More cardio is not your answer here. And if that's your whole plan, you're going to be miserable. You may be lighter, but you're going to feel way softer. And that's why strength training is critical to burning fat, because strength training keeps muscle on your frame, helps your metabolism keep firing at a high rate, and it actually rebuilds your body so you don't just lose weight, you actually start to look like a man who respects himself. Now, here's the part that's probably going to sting some. Even when guys finally, quote, get it, they still will trip over the same stupid shit that wipes out their progress in a single weekend. Things like portion sizes, almonds, peanut butter, olive oil, even chicken and broccoli, because even just 2 handfuls of nuts can contain 600 calories. And then we have the fake high protein foods, most of which are just really good marketing gimmicks. And the rule of thumb is simple here. The food should have 1 gram of protein for every 10 calories. For instance, if a protein bar has 200 calories and 20 grams of protein, it passes the test. But if a different bar is 250 calories and only 15 grams of protein, that doesn't pass. Next up is eating out. You think you're going to order healthy, just get the grilled chicken sandwich, no bun, side salad, and you end up being that guy and miserable during the entire meal. You're better off just having the cheeseburger that you want with a side salad and trying to stay in your deficit. Next is those liquid calories. These can be the biggest thing guys miss, because your protein smoothie from the gym, that morning glass of orange juice running out the door, anything but a black coffee really. These all have calories and they provide very little satiety, and they will hit that dopamine receptor for those sugar cravings, but they really don't provide much, if any, nutritional value for you. And then the big one is your weekends. How many times have you meal prepped your face off on a Sunday, stick to eating out of Tupperware all week at work, and then Friday afternoon comes around, your coworker invites you out to grab beer and wings, and then you just throw in the flag and start again Monday. By the time Monday actually rolls around, you didn't end up losing any weight because your perfect deficit all week got wiped out by your 5,000 calorie splurge over the weekend. That's why you feel like you keep spinning your wheels. Because even when you're working hard, these hidden landmines are just silently erasing that progress that you have actually earned. So if your eating healthy isn't enough, and those hidden culprits keep tripping you up, what do you actually do instead? Well, first things, start tracking your food and body weight for just 1 week. You're going to see what you're eating and how your body responds. This is where engineering then comes in, because we take this data and we can then make informed decisions. Don't cheat yourself, track the small stuff. Those bites, licks, and tastes are going to add up pretty fast. Secondly is anchor every meal with protein. Eggs or yogurt in the morning, chicken, lean beef, even salmon at lunch and dinner. And snacks, yeah, keep a shake or beef jerky on hand and build your plate around protein first, then adding vegetables, carbs, and finishing with fats around 1 to 2 thumb-sized portions, giving you about a tablespoon of oil. Third here is focusing on consistency, not perfection. This is one of the most important things because regardless of fitness, you need to stay consistent to see that progress. So much noise online says if you're not perfect, you failed. I'm looking at you, 75 Hard. But you don't need to live like a bodybuilder about to step on stage, taking a kitchen scale out to restaurants to have the perfect macros. What you need is to eat like a man you're trying to become. Because if you keep eating like the boy that you used to be, you're gonna keep struggling to get strong, lean, and in control of your body. Because here's the truth. The guys who win aren't perfect. They're just consistent. They stopped guessing, they tightened the blind spots, and they played the long game. So here are the bottom line. Eating healthy is a great start. But if you actually want to drop the fat, look better, and feel confident in your own skin, you've got to start eating smarter. The slogans you've been fed between keto, 75 hard, carnivore, fasting have all failed you before, and they'll fail you again. This isn't Netflix. There's no such thing as a comfort diet. The second that you understand the difference between eating clean and eating for results, that's when you're finally going to start to see changes. So if you're done wasting years guessing through random advice, hit subscribe, check the link in the description, and snag some of my free resources or apply to work with us. Because at the end of the day, you don't need another influencer slogan, you need some clarity, you need a plan, and most importantly, you need to become the man that you actually respect because your comeback starts right now.